forward, or what's a risk that I'm just not interested in taking? That kind of conversation. Beautiful. And yeah, I think the decision making piece is huge because I find that a lot of young upstart business owners are running into a thing where they're spending money before they really know what roads they want to go down. And I feel like that decision making process becomes that, oh, they said this was the best way to do it, so it must be true because they're a millionaire, or like this kind of thing. Do you have any kind of quick tips for that, or?
Yeah, it's actually one of the other tools that I talk about. Um, I use typically the word reframing because I think it's something that comes back time and time again. You can also talk about it as in terms of your vision or your mission. So to me, you need to have, in order to be able to make decisions, you need to have some level of clarity on where you're going. And when you say that, you typically can get eye rolls. I think for a business that looks quite different than for an individual. So for a business, I think people have a good idea on what a vision or a mission for your business could look like. And we all know that the better defined it is, even if it's defined a lot of what it isn't, and what it is more a box with a lot of what it's not around it. That's clarity to me. I think at an individual level, a vision or a reframing can also be like, okay, if I look at what I want out of life in the next 5 years, I want to make a, I don't know, it could be as simple as I want to make a professional step up to the next level where I'm in a position where I'm still with this employer, but I have more my own shop to manage. I want to make that step to that level where I have more control over how I do the work, and yeah, maybe. And then well, my kids are gonna get into this stage, so I want to be in a space where I can have the time to share this with them. I don't know, financially, I wanted, this is where, what's your 5-year plan, right? That could be your thing. And then with that as a vision, go back to your decisions, like say, okay, if that's where I want to go, or if that's what I want my life to look like, if that's the quality I'm after, how do I then make decisions about what comes on my path, right? So
Mhm.
I had a colleague who used to say, what are, how think about success, what does success look like, and what are the markers on the road that you see that will tell you that you've been successful in achieving what you want to achieve. Sometimes that's easier to define for people. So it could be in terms of job grades or titles, or it could be in terms of starting a family, or buying your first home, or actually having made the step to spend time on setting up your business and pursuing your dream, or whatever it is, right? What's
Yeah,
that marker of success that you want to achieve, that once you pass that road sign, you will feel like, I did that,
exactly.
or I
Yeah,
got there.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, because it's those are the things that I'm always questioning, because I feel like people are just assuming the markers that they've been fed in marketing or in all these kind of things. And they're like, well, I don't want that. So what do I do now? I still, to the point where people question if they even want a business because they're not desiring the marker, right? And it's just like, yeah, no, it goes the other way around. Like, you decide what your business markers look like,
Yep.
and then you decide how the most efficient way your business or yourself can move into those marketers, right? And then that makes it more, first of all, it feels more achievable because it's I call it playing your game, right? Like, not just somebody's game or playing the game, no, playing your game of like how you want to do that, right?
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. And when you're going into these times of, let's say you get started, and and then and let's say you've already started and you've already spent tens of thousands of dollars on training or what have you to get your business off the ground, and you realize that you don't necessarily know if you're off of step one, right? To me, that would be a chaos moment. It's just like, holy shit, I've spent multiple amounts of money that mean a lot to me on this thing, and I still don't, and I still have a hobby or something like this, right? Like you're
Yeah.
like, if I'm going to be honest with myself, I'm
Yeah.
still in hobby mode,
Yeah.
right? What are some framework, like I know we've already talked about a little bit, but like let's like break it down a little bit to see.
Yeah, I think to me, it's actually an excellent example of where a decision goes really wrong. The amount of decision making goes really, the amount of decisions that are made on the basis of money already spent, right? Because that makes it really hard to choose a different course, right? Or to change anything because it's an anchor. It's an anchor that keeps you in a certain place. So, and to me, that is one that's almost impossible